Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Unfortunately today I have a story about a horrific accident happening in Greece. We do have some good news from Greece on this bad day. Carnival is off to Hawaii and people are freaking out in Australia. Before I get into the news, let me quickly talk about our sponsor for this video. Hi guys, that's right, I'm in my bathrobe and I'm doing a sponsorship. That's right, Babbel is sponsoring this video. They are one of the largest language learning apps in the world. And as I said before when I did a sponsorship with them, that I wanted to learn another language to converse in the people I'm talking to, in their native tongue, not just my broken English that I speak. And the one I chose was Spanish, but what language would you like to learn? Would you like to learn German? Would you like to learn Italian? You can learn these on Babbel, and I decided Spanish. And I could learn from many different ways because they have podcasts, they have lessons, they have games, they have videos. There's all kinds of ways for me to learn on the Babbel app. And they also come with a 20-day money-back guaranteed, so my money was pretty safe when I'm signing up if I found, this doesn't work at all. But guess what? I'm still doing this after more than a month. I'm on like lesson 12 now, and I'm starting to get pretty good. One of the features I really like is the pronunciation feature, because you know I don't pronounce words very good or very well or proper. And Babbel is helping me get through this. Here, let me give you an example. Good morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias. I'm a pro.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto. So if you're like me and you'd like to start learning another language in a variety of different ways to find out which one makes it easiest for you, hit the link down below. You can get up to 60% off Babbel and start learning a new language today. I'm doing it. Like I said, I find time. I'm doing it while I'm waiting for somebody in the car, and I'm learning while I'm just sitting, looking out at the ocean in my cruise cabin. So thank you to Babbel for sponsoring this video. I'm getting lots of use out of it. So in some good news today, we have the Carnival Radiance is on her maiden voyage to Australia. That's right, she's starting a whole new itinerary to Australia. Hi everybody, it's Editing Don here. Sorry, I had Australia on my mind because of the next story coming up, but they're off to Hawaii. They're off to Hawaii, not Australia. Currently on a 14-day sailing, and I'm hoping everybody on board has a wonderful, wonderful trip. That's good news. We have the Coral Princess, which literally just set sail in Australia, and she's in, I think you pronounce it Broome, B-R-O-O-M-E, in Western Australia, and she has arrived and reported that they have some cases of COVID, and they have cases for the crew members and as well as passengers on board, and they're following the protocols. And the media is freaking out in Australia. I read must have been 20 different articles this morning, some of them going as far as to say thousands of people trapped on the Coral Princess. And then when you start reading it, it says could be trapped. And then if you read a little further, it says, just the people who've tested positive are isolating for 5 days and everyone else is free to go about their business like every other cruise ship in the world, folks. But I guess they just reopened with the new protocols and it's their season now. So the news media is looking for the clicks. They're looking for those clicks. And that's the big one out there now. The Coral Princess is thousands of people trapped on the cruise ship. They're not trapped. the other passengers can get off on their shore excursions. They're going to be able to get off the ship, and the other passengers are only isolating for 5 days, not 14 like it used to be. Those are the current protocols in place. So yeah, not as big a deal as some places are making it out to be. Before I get to the bad news, let's talk about the good news in Greece. Greece has now decided to lift its testing requirements for crew members and passengers for cruise ships arriving in Greece or leaving from Greece. That is one of the last holdouts for needing and requiring testing before getting on a cruise ship in Europe. They remember all the stories I said, unless you're going to Canada, unless you're going to Bermuda, or unless you're going to Greece. Well, now Greece is saying, yeah, you can take us out of that report now. We aren't in there. So they're one of the last places that had required testing, and still required testing for even the crew to be able to get off ashore as well. So that's good news coming from there. But unfortunately, I do have a horrific story today. The cruise ship Azamara Journey, which is a smaller, as you know, Azamara, smaller luxury cruise line, was pulling into port in Greece, and a 50-foot tugboat went out to meet the ship. It was manned by 2 men, a captain and a deckhand on the tugboat. And as they were pulling into port, something happened, and the tugboat ended up getting pulled into the cruise ship and went down. The deckhand managed to jump off before the ship went down and was rescued by the Azamara crew, but unfortunately the captain of the tugboat was found later unresponsive inside the tugboat. It just happened that fast, pulled him in, and down they went with the pressure of the ship. There was no chance for him to escape. It goes to show you it can happen anywhere, it can happen anytime. For the membership and the unions of the Greek Tugboat Association there, they've been calling on the government in Greece to update these older tugboats, as they say they are very underpowered for the size of cruise ships they're getting now. However, I don't know if that's the case here, because the Azamara Journey is not a huge cruise ship. It's not like the Celebrity Beyond. It only holds about 1,500 passengers and crew members, so it's not a large ship. So I don't think that was the issue. It's currently under investigation. I'm sure they're going to be taking, closed circuit TV footage, and anybody who might have been filming at the time, because they're coming into port, I'm sure they'll be asking for all those things. So yeah, a bit of a sad day. It just, like I said, goes to show that, people working around cruise ships, people working on cruise ships, as well as guests, always have to be careful and be aware of the situation, and sometimes bad stuff still happens. Condolences to the family, and I know the deckhand on board is probably feeling horrible. But he probably had absolutely no choice. When something like this happens, you know how close the tugboats are to the ship when they're escorting him in. It's not like they're 50 feet away and they're slowly being dragged into the ship. They're next to the ship, and then it just goes like that in an instant. And there's nothing anybody at that time could have done, unfortunately. So condolences go to the friends and family. And again, all my friends and crew members and cruisers and tugboat operators out there, please, always be careful, and I wish you a safe job. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs, and some cruise news, even if it's not the best news. Hit that subscribe button, and until next time, please everybody, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.